Hello friends, today we will continue with part 2, that is periodic properties. Okay, so let's start. Periodic properties. The properties of elements which are directly or indirectly related to their electronic configurations and show a regular gradation as we move across a period from left to right or down the group from top to bottom are called periodic properties. Okay, so see important periodic properties. First is atomic size, then second is metallic character, then third is non-metallic character, then fourth is ionization potential, then fifth is electron affinity, then sixth is electronegativity. We will go through one by one. Okay, so let's start. First is atomic size. It is also called atomic radius. Okay, so it is the distance between the center of the nucleus of an atom and its outermost shell, means at last cell and the nucleus. That distance is called atomic size. Okay, atomic size depends upon first number of cells. An increase in the number of shells increases the size of an atom because the distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus increases. Okay, means number of cells. See, if one cell, then second, one cell, then second cell, then third cell, like this it goes around, it is nucleus. Okay, from nucleus to the outermost cell the size becomes bigger. That's why by increasing number of cells the distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus increases. Okay, so second is nuclear charge. An increase in nuclear charge decreases the size of the atom because the electrons are then attracted towards the nucleus with a great force, thereby bringing the outermost shell closer to the nucleus. So nuclear charge, while nuclear charge increases, then the outermost cells electrons which are present in outermost shell get attracted, and that's why the atomic size decreases. Okay, so here are the metallic character. Second point is metallic character. Those elements which have a tendency to lose their valence electrons, means outermost electron. Okay, means electrons of the outermost orbit, and from a positive ion are considered metals, means those who lose electrons, that is considered as metals. Okay, see now the metallic character of elements also depends upon atomic size and nuclear charge. First, atomic size. The greater the atomic size of element, the greater will be the metallic character of the element, because if the atomic size is greater, then the outermost orbit will be away from that, so thus lesser the nuclear pull exerted on it. So as a result, electron can be removed from more easily from the valence shell, means outermost shell, thus making the elements more metallic. Okay, then second is nuclear charge. The greater the nuclear charge of element, the lesser will be the metallic nature. So the greater the nuclear charge, the greater is the force exerted by the nucleus on the electrons of the outermost orbit. So this makes it difficult to remove the electron from the outermost orbit. That's why metallic nature decreases. Okay, elements which lose electrons to complete their octet are called reducing agents. Okay, metals are good reducing agent. The greater tendency to lose electron, stronger is the reducing agent. Okay, so metallic are the good reducing agents, they are metals. Then see non-metallic character. Those elements which have a tendency to gain electrons in order to attain octet in their outermost orbit are considered as non-metals. Now see, Here it means to gain electrons. If the element have 7 electrons in the outermost shell, then he needs one electron to complete its outermost orbit. That's why it accept one electron from the other element. That's why. Okay, so the elements which accept electrons are the non-metallic, contains non-metallic character. Most of the elements which gain electrons are the non-metals. Okay, so it also depends upon atomic size and nuclear charge. The smaller the atomic size, the greater is the nuclear pull and the tendency to gain electrons. Therefore, the element is more non-metallic by nature. Okay, then second is nuclear charge. The greater the nuclear charge, the greater is the tendency to gain electrons. Hence, more non-metallic is the element. Okay, now see here, I will give you some example for metallic character and non-metallic character. First, metallic character. Okay, first group element is Na. Okay, sodium. Then second group means I'm talking about period 2. Okay, sorry, period 3. That is group 1 element is sodium, then group 2 sodium, magnesium, then aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Am I right? So the electronic configuration 281 is of sodium. Okay, 282 of magnesium means the electrons which are there in the outermost orbit of an element proves that whether they are metals or non-metals. If 1, 2, 3 are 1, 2, 3 electrons are present in their outermost shell, that means they are metals and have a tendency to lose electrons. And if they are 5, 6, 7, 8, that's mean 6, 7, 8, that's mean they are non-metallic character. They have a tendency to gain electrons from the other elements. Okay, so here is the chemical reactivity. The reactivity of elements depends upon their tendency to lose or gain electrons to complete their outermost orbit. Greater the tendency to lose electrons, greater is the reactivity. In the case of metal, similarly, greater the tendency to gain electrons, greater is the reactivity of non-metals. That's mean reactivity of elements depends upon their tendency to lose or gain electrons, okay, to complete their outermost orbit. If it is greater the tendency of losing electrons, then the metal's reactivity is greater, and if gaining electrons is greater, then the reactivity of non-metals is great. So friends, to be continued in the next class with remaining periodic properties. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you for watching this video.